Okay, I don't like that. I might go in with the balloon here. This is going to be a difficult matchup. I'm going in definitely right now. All right, I have to do it. Ultimate Champion, for those that have not yet reached it. Here are some top tips. Been getting a lot of requests for it. I have hit it multiple times. And from League 9 to Ultimate, it is not easy. All right, obviously pros, things like that. Of course, it's simple. But a lot of people just keep casually saying it's so simple. It's not that easy, okay? Especially if you've never hit it before. All right, so tip number 1 is going to be definitely to grind as much as possible the season before. Why? Because the higher up you go, League 6, 7, and 8, something like that, you will get a multiplier, which then significantly reduces the amount of battles as you climb the next season. Very important. Number 2 is going to be, yes, decks are important, but a lot of times people will go to use a cycle deck like Morton uses and things like that. So there are 2 things to say there, okay? Number 1, they are much more harder to use. Number 2, top ladder is way different than low and mid ladder. All right, so the decks, yes, they should work technically, and a pro would definitely be able to grind and probably have like 100% win rate. But for someone who is not yet at that level, it is so much harder to actually use. The other thing about decks actually is going to be try to see if you can stick with 1 deck, maybe 2. But even if you tilt and things like that and you're going up and down, try to stick to 1 deck, one that's viable, okay? Don't use Mega Knight, Valkyrie, Wizard, Witch, stuff like that. Just spam stuff at the river, okay? That's not helpful, and it's not going to get you better at the game. The next tip is going to be, once you have selected a deck, to play it and play it often, friendly battles, etc. You want to learn all of the different interactions. And another tip is going to be when to actually push once you start to feel a little bit more comfortable with the deck. Early season and mid-season are not ideal if you're really trying to push hard to hit ultimate and you haven't yet done it, because you're going to face a lot of better players. If you wait for like late mid-season into the late part of the season, the competition gets a lot easier. So definitely try to see if you can wait until then and use the first part of the season, at least up to the midpoint, to learn your deck and get better, and better definitely with the interactions. The next tip is really a fundamental tip across the board with Clash Royale, but that is learn your opponent. Again, the later you wait in the season, which will benefit those that have not yet hit Ultimate because the competition is easier, the opponents are just, don't mean to be mean here, but they are just not good at the game. Their decks don't make sense. They're not meta in any way. They have so much redundancy within their decks, and they're very defensive. Not only that, which is why you can easily win if you play smart and patient, they just drop everything at the river and they just cross their fingers, okay? Once about 30 seconds into the game, you're pretty much going to know your opponent and the style that your opponent is playing, right? So that is how you learn your opponent quickly, and then just be able to play patient and build up your actual push. All right, that's all you really need to do. Your deck should obviously have 1 win condition, if not 2 in some ways, a secondary like a Magic Archer or something like that, and you have your push. Okay, if you discombobulate that push or you mess up that push, then you're not doing yourself justice. You're not going to make it easier on yourself to actually get to the tower, get damage, and or take the tower. Now let's go ahead and jump in using a deck that I am 14-1 with currently. Now keep in mind, I am only in League 8. I have hit Ultimate, as I mentioned before, multiple times, but I've been super busy. We're going to go ahead and push through, but 14-1, we're going to go ahead and put these tips to practice. Let's jump in and get ourselves some dubs. Here is the deck right here. We are currently 14-1 with. If you do not have the Knight Evolution unlocked, I do still think the regular Knight is viable. It, of course, is not going to be as good, but in double is where this deck shines, especially with the counter push of the Balloon and Lumberjack. But having a Knight down, Dark Prince, and or Lumberjack, sometimes all 3, even with a supporting Musketeer, by the time all of that hits the river, you can drop that Balloon and overwhelm your opponent, even if you take some damage early on, especially if you face Hog Rider. Still seeing a good bit of Hog Rider, because Lumberjack is basically your best counter to the Hog Rider, with a good potential to counter push, but the Hog usually gets a chip, maybe even 2, based on how your opponent plays. If you got Zap or something like that, or Snowball. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump in using this deck, and I promise you, we're going to get ourselves some dubs. All right, not really a bad starting rotation with this either. Let's see what we have here. All right, might go Dark Prince in the back. Might play a little bit patient, see what our opponent does. Okay, there you go. See, I mean, that's not a bad play, but at the same time, like, my opponent just did this a little bit, right? I mean, just hoping that it had a bad cycle. All right, so let this go. This is the point that I'm talking about. Be patient. Let's get a Knight down, though. He's going to counter this with his own Knight. We want to cycle ours as well. We should be okay here. My opponent may go Goblin Barrel. No, I do have to go in with this right here. I probably could have zapped, honestly, but now I know what my opponent's playing, right? It's probably, if not the Morton deck. Okay, actually, I don't know. Never mind. Bomb Tower probably in here too, but I don't think I have seen the firecracker, right? So let's clear this all up. We're going to be able to, again, like I said, right? We're going to be able to overwhelm. Now, this firecracker is going to be a little bit annoying. I definitely wish, I don't know about that log, but I guess I kind of understand. Okay, let's go here with this. We're going to go ahead and get a knight down. He's going to get a little bit of damage there from the 1. And I knew that was going to happen. So what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to go, and I knew he did bomb tower, but I'm going to apply pressure, right? Because here's the thing about these decks. They're very, very fast cycle, okay? But sometimes, especially this low, they spam too quick and too often, right? They have to still, they want to apply pressure, but they're trying too hard to do it, right? Okay, so that's, look, right now, he didn't even have any elixir, right? So he's just going to continue to do the same exact thing, right? We're going to go ahead and definitely overwhelm. I got to let this happen. And to the point, I think I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to reset, all right? Now, normally someone would go balloon, but my opponent will be able to definitely counter it, right? So we're going to just wait till probably double, honestly, okay? We're going to build up this push. We need the Evo Knight as well. And I'm kind of waiting just a little bit before double hits. But now I'm going to start to build up that push, right? He's going to do the same thing. I'm going to have this... I'm going to fireball that for sure. Now, bomb tower is in cycle, so we're going to go here. We just have to take care of the... that's fine, actually. He can go in with his knight. This is the part I'm talking about right here, right? So we're going to go in right now because the knight is going to be able to do a lot of tanking. I'm going to zap this here. I better get... I was like, did I get them all? But look what I'm saying. See? That's not going to do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and spam myself, and I didn't even need the knight. He can have that as well. We're going to take that tower. I do have to take care of the... firecracker, but this is what I was saying, right? And he's going to go in with the wall breakers probably, right? We go here. We go ahead and just do something kind of like this. I do have to zap the wall breakers and hope that... are you serious right now? I think one of them got there, but it's okay. Now we just have to definitely defend. He's going to go firecracker. We only have like 13 seconds. We're going to go here with this. I'm going to save fireball for the main push, which is going to be his wall breakers, right? He can log that, and I don't even understand that, to be honest with you. Not worried about the miner. The only thing I'm worried about is definitely the wall breakers. I would have taken care of them anyways. This is what I'm talking about, okay? See how they just, like, spam stuff all over the place? But I told you, double. You can overwhelm, and they will not be able to defend it. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's. Good luck. Peace out. Now 15-1, and how crazy is it, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, that you can so overwhelm and double even if you take some damage early on, which is exactly what we did with just one push. And my opponent, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, was using a quicker cycle kind of a deck, very similar to the ones used in top ladder. I'm not saying you can't make it work, but if you do not understand how to properly use that type of deck, it is so much harder. The micro placements, etc., and it's why I shared that tip early on. Doesn't matter. We got the dub. Let's go ahead and jump into the next battle. And I think I mentioned this before, but Hog Rider is probably one of the more challenging matchups, again, because the Hog pretty much gets a chip every time. So if you do have the Evo Knight, oh, okay, I don't like that. I might go in with the balloon here. We're going to make our opponent definitely use some elixir. So I have to 100% leverage the Musketeer in this case, right? So let's do this. We're going to try to take care of this. Wow, Night Witch. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm going to fireball the Night Witch. I think it's important that we do that. Pretty expensive. Okay, I definitely want to do this. All right, we're going to take care of that. Boom. The Night Witch is going to definitely have the bats there, but we clean that up nicely. I might want to zap this. Actually, I'm going to, unfortunately, take this damage, all right? My opponent is going to go in with another Lava Hound. Of course, he's running Balloon. This is going to be a difficult matchup. This kind of stinks a little bit because I don't have anything for it, right? But I will go ahead and zap here, and I'm going to get the Musketeer down, right? Because he's going to get a shot off here, but he's going to have to answer this as well, right? Only one. He plays Valkyrie. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm going to go in, though, with the Dark Prince, because I want to save the Musketeer. I hope he goes in not with that. That's not what I wanted, actually. All right, the Musketeer should be able to clean up that Mega Minion, though. What I'm probably going to do is go opposite lane as soon as he goes Lava Hound. I hope that my opponent doesn't go quite yet, because it's going to be a pretty strong push. He does have his Goblin Gang in cycle, but I'm okay with that, right? I'm going in definitely right now, all right? I have to do it because he's going to go Goblin Gang, which is fine, but the Rage should be able to take out the goblins, right? So we're going to let this all happen. He's probably going to tower trade. That's at least what I would do. Oh, no, he did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Let's go in with the Knight here. I have to get the Musketeer down as well, right? So what he's going to be able to do is get his Balloon down. Now, I'm actually surprised my opponent didn't go Balloon, honestly. But we will Fireball. We're definitely going to use the Fireball here. I'm probably going to go ahead and zap right about now because I want to take care of that Night Witch, that is, right? We're going to go ahead and start to build up a push. he can't go balloon yet, right? And he goes Valkyrie, that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to go in real heavy here, big time, right? The only thing he can really do, Mega Minion, that's fine. And he has the gang there. But again, we should be good to take care of that. Actually, we're going to let this get just bomb damage. We got to go here. I knew he would go balloon there. I'm definitely going to go ahead and fireball this back. We should be good. Unless he has some crazy freeze or something, we should be okay here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and build up a push. He should actually go Lava Hound at the river. I do have to go in with this right here, unfortunately. And then we go high with this. Dark Prince isn't going to be able to connect, right? This is, again, difficult matchup, right? So let's go here. We're going to definitely... I'm going to zap here. I know that's a little bit of a risk, but I think that's still the play, right? So here's what we got to do. We got to go Dark Prince this side, and I'm going to go real heavy here. I have to do it. He should go balloon, and this is going to be a race, right? I'm going to have enough, hopefully, for fireball, okay? That's what I need to be able to do. We go here with this, and then we go ahead. I don't even know what happened. Dark Prince hit. Guys, that was difficult, all right? That wasn't like the first battle, but I still got the dub. That was super tough, not going to lie. I don't know why my opponent didn't go Lava Hound Balloon and pressure. I think he probably would have beat me for sure, but it doesn't matter. Your boy got the dub. Have a nice day. Take care. Good luck. GG's. Peace out. And there you guys have it. Hopefully you found some of those tips early on in the video helpful. Drop some comments down below for some that I may have missed. Some fun battles here now, 16-1. Give the deck a try. Also drop comments if you need some substitutions. If you need too many though, the deck is really not the same. Thank you guys again for all of the continued support. Till the next video, everyone, good luck inside of the arena. Take care, GG's, and peace out.